the kettlebell front swing, I think definitely the most popular
It's my
kettlebell.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of seen this. This has become popularized a lot lately. It's a wonderful exercise. There's a lot of people, myself included, who, if I had to answer the question, is there one exercise? This would be the one. Now, I'm also the kind of guy who doesn't think that you need to answer that question. All movements are valuable. But this one is incredibly valuable. And what this really is, this is to the deadlift what jumping is to the squat. So this is, in my opinion, the very best high hip explosive movement. Okay, so this is going to improve your deadlift, this is going to improve your jumping, this is going to improve your hip speed, your cutting. This is going to do a lot. Now, one other thing that this is going to do is this is actually also going to help your mobility. Okay, that kettlebell is going to weigh enough that on the way down, it's actually going to help to stretch out your psoas, what people know as their hip flexors. Okay, so I bring that up because I don't want you to limit yourself as far as thinking of what the value of this kettlebell movement is. If you're an athlete, if you're a high performance athlete, you got to be doing these. If you're somebody who wants your hips to feel better, you got to be doing these. Okay,
Gotcha.
it's a difficult movement to think of as a lift. I think of it more as a throw. And when you think about it as a lift, you know, you always hear slow, under control. Those are not characteristics of a front swing. This is aggressive, it's explosive. So choose a weight that you can handle, but don't choose a weight that you're going to end up lifting. Again, you've got to throw that weight. Okay.
Speaking of throw,
Yeah.
it seems like you're throwing it to your chest.
Yeah.
Where do you want the height to be?
Well, this isn't Russia, so to my chest, but that's a reference to the Russian front swing. So the Russian front swing, to answer your question, comes all the way up. It comes out of the neutral spine, so it goes to the posterior of the body. Here, the American front swing, we typically teach that to the chest or chin or eyes. Now that's one of those things that with a large, explosive, aggressive movement like this, don't get caught up in the minutia of, oh, that was an inch too high or an inch too low. This movement comes out of the hips, make no mistake. So if you start to lift that up with the shoulders and you're worried about, did I get that to the right height, you're not executing this correctly.
Gotcha.
Hip speed to initiate the movement is going to be as much force as I need to ultimately get that bell to its final height. So what you want to do is you want to send energy into that system and then let that momentum happen. Okay, so a very specific ending place, to me, not as important as understanding that my hips are going to do all the work there. Okay?
So you just want mainly a throw as opposed to a lift.
Yes, absolutely. And you want that throw to come out of everything between my knees and my ribs really are contributing to this. Okay? I also want to highlight my heels. I want to drop through the heels, not the toes on this. Okay? So again, you're going to have, with the front swing, you're going to have that supporting the deadlift, which is going to come out of the heels. Okay?
Sounds like a lot of things are being activated all at once.
A lot of things are, and I haven't even talked about the core yet. So the abs are a big part of this. Now, you can feel very comfortable throwing around heavy weight as long as you feel very comfortable with Valsalva, or what we talk about as our core stability breathing technique. So Valsalva technique will come into play with front swings. You should be front swinging something that's pretty heavy. Okay, so if it takes a little while to build up that confidence, that's fine, but always keep in mind that you have an eye towards a heavy movement here. You want to address the hamstrings, you want to address the glutes. Those are large, powerful, athletic muscles, so you got to put a little bit of weight behind it. Okay. Obviously, hip speed is paramount to the success of this lift.
I can see that, yeah.
And the other thing that's great about a front swing is it's versatile. So you can do you can put this into a lot of different types of programs. You can put it into a strength program, an endurance program. Again, there's a lot of people who think that this is absolutely invaluable to the human movement patterns, all of them. So front swings are great. They're something that I think that everybody kind of also needs to develop their own relationship with a little bit. You know, again, I don't want to convey the idea that there's an exactly right way to do this. Okay, there's a right way to squat, there's a right way to deadlift, safe and all those types of things. This is for athletes. Okay, so freedom of movement, be powerful, be explosive, be confident in this movement.